Alrighty, hello, everybody. Hopefully you can hear at least me and the game. I have no idea if everything else is going to work. I think I've got it set up back correctly. I mean, I say correctly, I've had to set it up all wrong because Rode updated their firmware. Hey, Rogu, on the Procaster Pro 2, and yeah, the virtual devices, they fucked them. I don't know what they did. Hey, Serenity. Hey, Rogu, thank you for the resub.
Just subscribed with Prime. Take this.
I will take it indeed. Hopefully you heard all that. Like I said, I hope I've got all of this set up vaguely right. But you know, I've in LP, thank you for the streak. It's very much appreciated. So yeah, so my microphone is now coming through the virtual device Bluetooth. That took me a while to work that out, which device I had to pick to get that to work. The game audio, which is coming through USB 2, I'm really hoping sounds okay because it's coming through on the virtual devices Combo 3 and Combo 4. Now, the trouble with the combo things on the virtual devices is they're mono, and I'm just kind of hoping that by putting them both, it's the left and right audio. It's been split. But I don't know. You may be hearing all of the game audio from one side. I don't know. Hey, Trunks, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. I should have learnt my lesson, right? Rodes, they do great hardware. They're software people. I'm assuming they're all ex-Microsoft employees. That's all I'm going to say. But anyway. We want to... An ALP, how's it going? Oh, they are unpaid interns. But yes, coming off yesterday into this morning is not what I needed. Oh dear. I did get the March Madness story up again. Technically, I didn't put it up on the right day. And I'll tell you why. It's because I forgot about it. And then I was in bed at about, I think it's about 1 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock this morning. And I was like, shit, I didn't put March Madness up, and I had to get out of bed and post it. Also, why are you now flashing like you don't work? Pass. Oh yeah, look at that smooth junction we had there. That's almost well designed. But yes, absolute fucking cock up. There are some things from the device I can no longer bring into OBS because of all the channels I tried, couldn't find them. So yeah, there are some that have like kept like the old names like Bluetooth smart pads, but they no longer relate to that in any way. They just play random sounds as far as I can work out. At least they don't seem to change on restart, which is something. So once I set them, I can kind of forget them, but I hope they fix this thing. On the other side, on the output side, like the speaker side, they're all just called Roadcast Pro speaker, and there's 8 of them, and you just kind of have to select them one by one until you get the one you want. They're not numbered, so you don't know that number 2 is the one you want. They're all just called Roadcast Pro speaker. So you have to hope you get the right one, and if you need to put it in multiple places, hope you can remember the order, which one you, I think it was the 3rd one down I picked, and then hope Microsoft hasn't in the meantime decided to move the order of that list, which, you know, Windows likes to do. Not blaming Rode for that one, but I must remember, next time I see there's a firmware update on that device, just don't, well, obviously the next one I will, because hopefully it will fix this cock up, but just leave it. Yes, that is the station, I believe. What did I do? But after that little bit of a rant, I hope everyone is doing well and is having a good Thursday so far. Oh dear. I apologize for the no stream yesterday, but at one point I thought I was going to be arrested, so. No, I'm not going to go into any further details. Oh dear. No, for once, not crazy family issues. Just fucking incompetence at its highest level. In your dreams, Trunks, in your dreams. And OnlyFans. It'd be a good story for him at the pub next. Oh, but fucking hell. Oh dear. And then yeah, little bit of a continuation this morning. So I was like, okay, I've got to go through the complaints process for this. So I kind of like phoned up because I was like, I don't know the process. Like, what is the process for doing this? And like the person on the other side of the phone was like, well, there is a complaints process. Are you sure you want to do it though? I was like, yeah, pretty sure. I was like, but are you sure though? Are you really sure? Like it's, you know, it can really interfere with people's jobs, a complaint against them. And I was like, well, in this case, they should probably all be fucking fired. So good. I was like, oh, but do you really want to do it? Yeah, I do. Like, oh, okay. And then accidentally, I got cut off. Accidentally. You know, clearly accidentally. So then I phoned up again, and I was like, yeah, I think you just hung up on me. They're like, no, technical glitch. I was like, yeah, sure. got the things, and then I was like, can I have your name as well? And they're like, why do you want my name? Well, you're also going on the complaints form now because you clearly hung up on me to try to stop me getting filing a complaint. So welcome to the party, pal. And yes, those were my exact words. All right, so we probably should never have tried to put in this temporary fix and done this properly. I mean, I guess I can go into it a little bit. So, I mean, the basics are, I was, excuse me while I chainsaw. I was doing stuff up in the shed because I had my lawyer friend over and we were just, that's the best part, is that the lawyer friend was here for some of this, and they're very much looking forward to ripping some new ones, as it were. So yeah, so like,
Go ahead, make my day.
and he's helping me file a lawsuit. We were discussing that. Wondering if I can get some compensation out of it. So yeah, so was doing some stuff in the shed, and it was all going quite well. Like the family stuff, at least on that side of it, seems to be calming down a little bit. And I was kind of trying to work out, okay, how much money would I have to try and do just to turn the garage into a waterproof space so I could set up a larger office. And because there are things I want to do that I just physically can't do at the moment because I do not have the space in this. And also I'm sick of being in this tiny shed from basically waking up until the time I go to bed, and then I sleep in this shed as well. Like, I'm fucking sick of just being in this one space. Oh, that's why we couldn't do that. We've got to go around the limestone deposit. Okay, so if we kind of come in around here, maybe. The OnlyFans stuff takes up a lot of space. The way it's going, OnlyFans might have to be the future. Do not see it being very successful. But anyway, so yeah, so I was in the shed, doing some stuff, and police car turned up, right? Just, you know, pulled into the drive, saw us in the shed, and who I will refer to for now as Little and Large, because there was one very, very tall, intimidating fella, and then a very short, kind of reminded me very much in personality and just how quickly they spoke and all that kind of stuff of a Chihuahua. And of course they were the trouble one, because of course they were short man syndrome, I guess. They kind of turn up and they look at me and they go,
"You are a professional, boss bird."
so I'm kind of standing here, just, you know, in my shed, minding my own business. We're talking about, I wonder how much this would cost, and, you know, how I could get the money and all that kind of stuff to my lawyer friend. He's, you know, we're trying to come up with ideas. In walk these basically German Shepherd and Chihuahua, yeah. So in walk these two, and then the little one steps forward and goes, looks at the lawyer, dismisses him, looks at me and goes, "You're under arrest." And I was like, "What?" What for? Right. So apparently there'd been some kind of assault over the weekend at a pub, some kind of drunken fight, and apparently I was the person who did it, according to this cop. So we're then talking. Like, I wasn't even out on the weekend. Like, what are you talking about? What nonsense is this? Blah 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 blah. And then was it him or was it the tall one? One of them then says, anyway, insert name here, you're under arrest. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to stop you there. That's not my name, right? I think you've got the wrong person. And then they were like, and then this definitely was the little one who then gets involved. They're like, yeah. They all say that, good one, come on. And then like my lawyer friend is just kind of going at it with all these kind of legal things. Like, Karen, look, he's not that guy. I can tell you he's not that guy. I know this guy. I know his name. He's not under arrest. I suggest you leave or this is going to get very nasty and lawyery and all that kind of stuff, right? This took a good 10 minutes to get these people, these two officers, out of the shed and off, right? And they clearly weren't happy about all of this. And both me and my lawyer friend made sure we took down the numbers so we knew who they were when we for the official complaint. Because already at this stage we knew there was going to be an official complaint. And then I'm kind of, shaken by this, kind of, a little bit. Can kind of see the funny side a little bit, like mistakes happen, all this kind of stuff. But, definitely not happy about the way they'd approached it and all this kind of thing. And, possibly if that had been it, we would have just put in a very simple complaint and then left it at that, right? About 20 minutes later, a police van turns up this time. Two people get out, different people, police officers come into the shed. The lawyer's gone at this stage, and they come in and they kind of look at me and go, "Oh, insert name here, not my name. You're under." I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to stop you now. Your colleague's number, blah 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 blah, have already been. I'm not the guy you're looking for. Please leave." They then kind of go out and obviously on the radios, and then they just leave. Right? They just leave. It's like, okay, this should all be sorted now, right? Two people, two teams have made the same mistake, but this should all be sorted now. We should be good. Carry on working in my shed. About an hour later, two police officers turn up. It's German Shepherd and Chihuahua as LP, so delicately put it. And the Chihuahua comes in and is like, "Okay, we've had enough of this. You're definitely the guy. We've checked it. We know you're him." I was like, I'm really not, right? And by this stage, I've gone and got my driver's license. I was like, look, here you go. This is me. Not who you're looking for. Definitely not who you're looking for. Please leave, because this is bordering on harassment now, right? And they kind of, the aggressiveness with which they snatch my license from me. So they're kind of looking, they get the little torch out. "No, this is clearly fake," all this kind of stuff. And then they kind of go out. They're on the radios again, and he comes back. I would say hands me my license is way too nice a way of putting it. Kind of a very aggressive kind of thing. And then they go off. And I was like, okay, that's got to be it now, right? That's nope. Another bunch turn up. I think this time one of them was new and one of them was someone I'd seen before, I think from the van. And they kind of come in and they're like, "Oh, we believe like so-and-so and so-and-so have been down here looking for insert name here." And I thought they were going to apologize, right? Kind of get ahead of the situation. No, we're pretty sure it is you. Can you just come down to the station while we sort this out? And I was like, nope. Not a chance in hell, unless you honestly want to do a false arrest and drag me down, and then this will get incredibly nasty incredibly quickly, right? Because at this stage, I'm just angry about the whole fucking thing. Right? I'm just fucking pissed off. I'm beyond trying to be civil. I'm not finding it funny anymore. I honestly thought for the second time that day, I was going to be put in the back of the car in handcuffs, because one of them had got their handcuffs out. I was like, oh shit, it's all going to go down. I was kind of getting my mobile phone, so I was like, well, I better call my lawyer. Right, Mel, let's get all this kind of sorted. Kind of managed to get it all sorted again. So I say sorted, so they kind of head off, and off they go. And I was like, okay, that's 4 times now. That's 4 times. Like, surely this is going to be it, right? I then hit. So up until this point, they've all kind of turned up without sirens on, right? And I'm not even in the shed by the road this time. I'm down here in this shed trying to get some work done, and I can just hear sirens quite far away. And I was like, oh, please don't be coming here. And I can just hear these sirens getting closer, closer, and closer as they follow the roads round, getting closer and closer. And I'm pretty sure there's more than one vehicle this time, and they're getting closer and closer. So I get out of the shed and I kind of walk up to the top of the road just in time for kind of 3 squad cars to come, like, driving down the lane. And I was like, okay, this is going to be fun. I called the lawyer on the way up and I said, okay, they're coming with sirens now. You may have to come and bail me out. I guess you'll either hear from me again from this number, or it's going to be my one phone call, right? And then you'll know what happened. And they come in, and this time they've got a search warrant, right? So they kind of barge in, and they're like, okay, we know it's you. We're going to take you in, but we're also going to search for all of the search for bloody clothes, whatever it is. I'm going to search for. I said, okay, well, can I just read the search warrant, please? And they're like, what? I said, I know I'm allowed to read the search warrant. So can I please read the search warrant? I said, you before you come in and make a massive mistake. So they hand me the search warrant. Kind of reading through it. So again, it's not my name. And then I look at it and I goes, this isn't where you are, right? This address. And they're like, what? I said, yeah. This isn't where you are. That place is about a mile away down the road, right? This isn't here. And they're like, and you can kind of see the light dawning in the eyes of so many. It was like they were connected, like board cube-esque kind of way, because you could just kind of see. Because I think there were about 5 or 6 of them at this time, and just kind of see this wave of enlightenment go between them. And they just kind of very sheepishly, this one guy took the warrant back, and they all just kind of got into their cars, turned around, and left. So then I phoned my friend up, and I'm honest. So at that, I've gone past angry to just, this is fucking hilarious. And if I ever write any kind of police-based comedy, this is definitely going in there. So I kind of phoned my friend up, and he kind of answers like, well, it's from your mobile phone, so that's good. And then I'm just laughing like a loon for a solid 2-3 minutes down the phone, trying to get out to explain to him what has happened. And I just can't get the words out. I'm just in absolute fucking fits of laughter about this. But bear in mind, like, this has basically been, I think the first time they came down was about 9-10 o'clock in the morning. And this last one was at about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And Thank you for the March Madness routine. And yeah, so there's my friend on the other side just went, well, you're laughing, so that's probably a good thing. I have seen the Thin Blue Line. Yes, I have. And he's just like, look, come on, can you please just tell me what's going on? And I'm trying, but I just can't. I just cannot control it. And then I kind of managed to get out, yeah, well, they came down in force. They had a search warrant, and then I looked at the address on the search warrant, and it was the wrong address. Wrong name, wrong address. And then my lawyer friend is just, he's not one to swear, like, at all. He's very good at not swearing because he is a lawyer and he does have to go in front of judges, and so he's kind of trained himself to not swear as much as possible because, you do that in front of the judge, you're going to get in trouble. I have never heard so many swear words come from this guy's mouth in my life. Which again just sets me off. I'm just laughing again because he's just swearing up a fucking storm. But I was like, I do not understand. Right, on a island as small as this, how that can, like, I can understand once, right? There are a lot of houses that have the same name that my house does, right? And I think that's all they looked. Is they looked at the name and they were like, I know where that is for reasons I won't go into. Let's go, right? And yeah, I can kind of understand, first guy first not turn up, you prove you're not who they're looking for. And like I said, if they, apologized and just gone off, it would have been okay. Fair enough. Mistakes happen. We all make mistakes. We all get things wrong. I'm not going to worry about this. But yeah, oh my God, it was they just doubled down on it so many times. And then it was honestly the rudeness and aggressiveness of the absolute fucking assholes that really angered me the most, I think. And still no apology. I assumed at some point they would have tried to get some kind of HR thing to go, but I'm also going to assume that nobody higher up knows about this yet. They will, because that complaint is going in. I've written my part of the complaint. I've now sent it to my lawyer so they can add their part of the complaint. And then it'll go in. But yeah, but it's just one of those things that I'm making light of it, and and I can laugh about it now, like I was at the end. But when it first started and they kept on coming back, this was not fun. This was not fun whatsoever. This was fucking terrifying. And I remember at one point thinking to myself, I am so glad we do not have armed officers on this island, because I'm pretty sure I probably would have been shot. Oh dear. Like that Chihuahua officer, I'm pretty sure the first time I said that's not me, would have done the old he's resisting arrest and pummeled the shit out of me. Which, to be fair, I would not have resisted arrest because I knew this was going to go wrong. And but yes, that is the other thing. That is the other thing about going after the Guernsey Police Brotherhood. Is there will be retaliation. Yeah, the trouble is the definition of resisting arrest has become very loose. Basically, you resist arrest if you don't do what the policeman tells you as soon as they tell you to do it. Which, you know, sometimes you may just not have heard. Sometimes you may not think they're talking to you. And all this kind of stuff. But I don't understand how it happens on such a small island. I really don't. But yeah, it was, like I said, I'm laughing about it. I'm joking about it. It was not a fun experience at all. Oh, dear. But, you know, on the plus side, I think I've probably met about half of the Guernsey police force. So, you know, that's something. Okay, so I think we kind of need to try and end up roughly around there. And that is why I didn't stream yesterday. All right, so this is going to be, this station doesn't need, oh shit, yes it does, because that's how we're getting power to all of this. We'll have to try and put it in a better place. We may even move this radar tower. I'd actually think we need this radar tower. But insert name here, guy streamed yesterday. Well, I hope he had a fun day. All right, so none of these power towers are going to be connected to power. They are just towers now. So the power tower sounds like some kind of final thing you have to beat in a gladiators type show. Can you topple the power tower? All right, we're a little bit off. It's the thing after the Thunderdome. I'm not even on Zoop. All right, I think we've got some bombs left. I believe Overwatch has done their mid-season patch. I'm sure we'll play it at some point. PUBG is celebrating its 9th birthday by renaming itself to Pub9 for some reason. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there is a new way to spend your money. But I think they mid-season they normally do like their first big round of nerfs and buffs. So buff Swish Lady more, gotcha. So Apex had some skin thing flash up yesterday. Yeah, I think Apex was Gundam. Alright, trying to get this right isn't going to be easy, especially because we're probably going to run out of electric. Well, fuck you too. I mean, if they were going to buff anyone, I would expect them to buff the new Fire Lady. I've forgotten her name already. I don't think it's lactose intolerant Ron. And I don't know where that name has come from. And Ron, thank you. I was close. Now I want them to introduce a hero called Lactose Intolerant Ron. She can climb over small ledges and jump height increase when doing flamey thing. That's interesting because they nerfed her height when she, like from the beta test to when she originally launched. So I think it's because people are playing her in a way they didn't quite expect, which is poke from a distance, rush in, rush out. She did need a buff. I do think she's probably a little bit too weak. Especially compared to Swish Swish Lady, who's just dominating. Vendetta spin to win moved from major to minor. Lifesteal moved from minor to major and increased. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think more people might take spin to win if it's in minor, because it has not been a good choice otherwise. Although, does that mean you now have to decide between lifesteal and more rage? Or whatever her thing is. Ah, dear. Jetpack Cat saw her removed and was like, damn, they removed the major bug. Get out of here, Jetpack Cat. What have they done to Jetpack Cat? I'm because here's my weird thing. I think the change they should make to Jetpack Cat. Stop pretending they're a support character. Claws from minor to major, that makes a lot of sense. Because again, that is which one was territorial? 15% biotic projectiles healing is converted into fuel. Okay, so they're actually trying to make you heal, which is kind of interesting and kind of nice if you do want to try and be a Healy Jetpack Cat, you can kind of do it. But I'm still going to say, if that's how you're playing Jetpack Cat, you're probably doing it wrong in modern Overwatch parlance. Because honestly, Jetpack Cat is just a better tracer. Like a much better tracer. AoE is increased. That's probably fair enough. I think as people have got used to Mizuki, he has become a lot better. I think what I found infuriating the last time I played it is people are getting very good with his hook, whatever that thing is called, and that is a fucking annoying ability to play against. The skin tune for Apex LP was a collab event with Gundam. And yeah, I think Overwatch is doing some near skins, I think. What's what I read? Something like that. All right. We are... So I think if I follow this line... No, I think we do actually kind of want to head out more this way. I think we can basically do it. Maybe kind of head straight and then... do I really want to try and... So we could definitely come through here, or we could try and come over. And then... Okay, so that's Computer Town. So we should have train track basically all the way down here to Crater. So we should be able to join it on this side as well. So I think that makes sense. If we actually try and bring the train down here and then across. So yeah, I think I wish you could show your railway tracks on the map. Dread to think how much of a resource hog that would be, trying to remember where they all were and draw them on your map, but I wish you would do it. We're basically coming from there, so we're kind of roughly around here. So yeah, I think if we try and come through here and aim for that kind of space, I think. Oh wait, I made the mistake I always did. We're gonna die. I always forget you can't connect to the big wires with the with the flying thing. the hell are we now? All right, so I think we need. There's radiation there as well, though. Okay, now maybe that's not the way we want to go then. Okay, we've already gone way past that. All right, so we want to. Okay, so I think we're probably going to want to come off earlier on this ramp. Stop flickering, Skybox. We're going to want to try and go down there. Oh, are you not a rock I can destroy? Well, shit. Can't destroy you. I will just build over you. Alright, we need a slightly better angle. Alright, I feel like there should be enough room down here, but it's Skybox, stop. So it's going to end up way too high because of this rock. Steep enough. Okay, even you're not really. This is why I normally do SkyTrains. Just so much easier. It is kind of the perfect valley to try and follow, though. Yeah, maybe we'll play some Overwatch on Sunday. Alright, so what if we came down this one instead? We could then do a bridge across there and then try and get down from there, and then there is actually a normal iron ore node there. Can I open you? No, you needed heat sinks. Good. The likelihood we can get this the right height is very minimal. Especially when I cancel the build. I don't know what happened that time. Okay, you're definitely not right. I also think you're probably a little bit too short for the next bit, so let's try and pretend I can even remember where that was. Maybe... Alright, now I think that's probably too high. Alright, get rid of you. Needed a little bit more height. And I could have done with less trees in the way, if I'm honest. For a second there, I'd forgotten how to get out of deleting blueprint mode. Brain fart. Do I keep it at this height, or do we try and get down to more ground level? We would end up having to come back up again. Skytrain, activate. Actually, that's not a bad idea, purely not out of laziness. Because then we can do a lower train network to get everything into this. Which was my plan all along, obviously. Okay, I thought one of you was going to be broken. You're still not happy? I wonder if it's actually broken here. In the obvious spot where it was clearly broken. So the other day up here, I think you asked me if there were any games I was like on the radar that I was looking forward to, and I said not really. I want to change my answer. The new Forza is coming out soon. I don't know if my graphics card will be able to play it, but the new Control game, which I think I did mention last time, and there was something else I saw, which I thought looked pretty cool. I think maybe we do want to go one further out, actually. God, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons today. I don't know when the new Fable is meant to come out, but that also looks pretty interesting. Not that I've played any of the other Fables. I think we're actually a little bit short. Probably about right. Do Sky Train. I'm pretty sure that built twice. It didn't. Is it today that John Carpenter game you were talking about comes out? I'm intrigued to see how it reviews because it looks a lot like Left 4 Dead or Back 4 Blood. I think the other one was called. Going to see if you can catch a stream on it today. I think it's John Carpenter's Toxic Avenger. Ugh, run your nose. I'm already doing something over there industry-wise. Oh, that is the annex. So we're probably actually going to want to take this line up there a little bit more because the roundabout's got to be somewhere up there. John Carpenter is the guy who made those films. And the Toxic Avenger, if you've never seen it, it's kind of fun. I think he also did Swamp Thing and dear. The guy that goes to Mars movie thing? Yeah. All right. I think we need to try and get this turn right. I don't want to take it down there and connect it to that rail line there. Although, did I build that in a way that I could do that? Like the train station is, you'd have to kind of come in and then loop round. It's going to be a lot low. No, we'll take it up here. We'll try and avoid Crater Down entirely. But yeah, like a lot of like B movie horror / action films. Back when you could make films like that. What's funny is they're clearly trying to make cheap B-movie type films again, but for A-movie budgets, and I don't really understand why. And we just ran out of concrete. He's also a musician. I think I'm mixing up magician and musician and kind of mixing them together, which conveniently would basically make the same words. But is mostly interested in making music, smoking pot, and playing games now.
In the shallows and the clouds, but not through the windows. What is your route?
Can I make it
roots,
back
nor
up?
do I
Yeah.
operate on windows.
Oh, that was
But
close.
Perhaps you mean something akin to the human saying, "My point of origin is Earth. I was created by specific individuals of the human race."
Incompatible music.
Did I say something wrong, or did you not understand?
You cannot be shallow deep. The ripples you cast into the void have no skin.
It seems I may have said something paradoxical. Interesting.
I think it's the fact that you said you don't run on Windows, and that confused them. What are you, some kind of Linux? Thank you, jump button, for not working properly at a most inconvenient time. I was over on this Pride Rock. Alright, this is going to be right on the edge, right? Yeah. Nothing but death awaits you down there. Are we killing time, or should we wait for the concrete to replenish? Yes. I guess we can try and make it up here. We're at full health, so we can do at least one drop and survive. Yeah, yesterday's March Madness got a little weird. I think is how I would best describe it. I mean, one of the words that Trunks chose was Labine, so it was always going to get a little weird. Clearly do not come out this way very often in this game, because this is not a music track I've heard that often. Kind of like it. I did kind of build that so it could be two-way, but yeah, I don't think I want to send them down there. We can give them the option, I guess, but we'll do this as the main line. Well, if you give them options and this ends up being the, well, I guess let the game decide which one's the quickest route. Hello, hard drive machine. Cooling systems. Now, there's some heat sinks. Not enough for that one where I don't even remember where it is. Do I have room for a yellow power slug, or are we full? We don't need you leaves. Some things, do some stuff. We do now need to try and get back up there though, and it's very high. Are you the oil do? Baby shark do. Yes, you are. I definitely knew you were here, and that's why I came round here. This wasn't just a happy little accident. This ain't no Bob Ross treat. Also, chat, another thing I was looking into is to get everything I think I would need to try and do a terrible mod portrait painting stream. It would cost about 50 quid, I reckon. Wait, what's my OnlyFans name? I mean, my OnlyFans name is Spotted Dick. But, I mean, what? God, I hope no one's got that name. Happy little accidents? I mean, they're little, but I don't know if anyone's happy about them. You sure there is someone that has that name? All right, I need to switch back to you. I don't know, would I want to follow an OnlyFans creator who was called Spotted Dick? I'm not seeing a huge amount of appeal in that name. Better than like King of Crabs or something like that, I guess. We are going to put a roundabout somewhere in that run, obviously, at some point. Can't do a run of railway without putting in a roundabout. All right, now I'm not too sure where we're going. Also, we ran out of concrete again. Well, there's a train, but there should be, I don't know how high up we can get. Somewhere over the rainbow. There should be some train track. Oh, it might be further back. Oh, there it is. Oh, we may have gone too far for the roundabout. So I guess we're going to end up trying to take it through here. Or should we be trying to take it through this side instead? I think we're probably going to want to try and take it through here, see if we can get it through the little arch. And then I think there should be, we'll kind of take it up parallel to this ramp, and then there should be a roundabout roughly there, if I remember the setup correctly, which I probably don't. Okay, so all of this we can undo. Is that the waterfall that's got uranium behind it? I don't think so. So it probably is. Sorry, cats. You are definitely possible collateral damage. All right, so let's try and avoid that thing that I just blew up all that stuff on and possibly killed some cats to do. No cats were harmed in the filming of this episode. I cannot give the same guarantee for the ants, though. All right, let's go. Hello, kitty cat. Oh, speaking of cats, my God, one of our cats has gone full watership down on down a rabbit hole. Good God, man. You could hear them playing the Simon and Garfunkel song down there. Being at this height, it's kind of nice to try and grab that coal at some point. There's some coal over there as well. It's running out of concrete all the time, though. It's getting old. Getting old real fast. So yeah, we'll go as straight as we can and then do a turn through there. I'm wondering if it's worth our while just to put a station out here. We need to put the roundabout in. Put a station out here. Train back to Concrete Town. Maybe Boris, clear out our backpack. The Quantum of Boris. We may also want to build another concrete town. Oh yeah, that was a mistake. How can I not have enough concrete to rebuild the area of concrete that I just took down? I don't think I've left enough room for this. I don't think we can put it just in between these two, but we cannot. All right, so then we're going to come into the roundabout here. You're just going to say no exit. Yep, that's fine. And now we wait for the slow concrete restock. I need more concrete to build my jungle. Does that work? The answer would seem to be no. That definitely shouldn't work. Okay, good. Okay. Definitely don't like that. I'm not gonna push it. All right, and then this is going to be, what are we going to call this? Swamp area. Just going to call this mainline in for now. All right, and we want to head over to concrete down in. This is going to be a fairly long train journey. I don't think there's going to be a lot of interesting sights for me to point out on the way. To our left is a vast pit of despair. That's also to the right, but don't worry about that. Don't you worry about that. He's having issues with the skybox today. Flicker, flicker, flicker. Do. That's going to be a very long train journey. I do still want to pick up Slay the Spire 2 at some point as well. Even if I am seeing a few people complain now that it doesn't feel like a sequel, but they do seem to be complaining about that, but while still thoroughly enjoying it. So I don't really see what the problem is. Really need to balance the solo endgame a little bit, but it's fun so far. Wonder what's stopping you right now. Do. I did see there's maintenance for Diablo 3 tomorrow, but I don't think they've announced the end of the season or start of a new one yet. I wonder if they're going to bother. I wonder if they're just going to leave it be now. I'm also wondering when they're going to add skins and a cosmetic shop to Diablo 2, because if it doesn't already exist, it may already exist. It's got to be on their agenda. Hang on, you're saying there's a player base we can exploit for money and we're not exploiting them for money? Well, I mean, they kind of are, because they just released a new DLC for it, but Blizzard won't let that stand for long. Okay, I did set up an awesome sync for you, but I never put in a way of adding extra stuff into it, and I honestly don't think there's room to do it. which is a shame because I want to pick up a lot of concrete and I can't. Okay, so you're just going straight in because I split you there. Okay, so if I... Uh, 120, 240, 360. Yeah, so that belt can easily feed all three of those. That should also help with the problem. Yeah, look at it go. Everything is backed up. I'm really hoping that's not a water problem. It's gonna be, isn't it? Well, shit. Alright, so you're this one. You're going back this way. Okay, so you are part of this. You're also not getting any water right now. Which doesn't make a lot of sense. So what's wrong with you? Okay. I'll be honest, I'm not too sure what's gone wrong here. Alright, we've got to hope that's got enough room on it for a pump. Alright, that's looking a little bit better. I think. Alright, I don't know what happened there, but we fixed it, hopefully. Although, why are you all stopped? Because my motor bin is full. My motor bin. Oh, motor bin. All right, and that should get a lot. What are you doing? I think you're all part of this process. So this should eventually get all of this running again. All right. I think that's good. You've almost caught up and you've filled this up, which is good. We've got some screws moving again. Okay, we need to head back out to that new station whose name I've forgotten already. Swamp area, something. Mainline in, there we go. Time for another long journey. Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. Stormtrooper. I think this is probably the most extensive rail network we've built. And so far, touch wood, there's only ever been one crash. And it was completely my fault. Okay, so I'm assuming this keeps on getting blocked because we haven't put enough signals along that bit of track. In fact, it doesn't look like we've put a single one along here. Okay, so we can fix that if I ever remember to come back and do it. Okay, so that one we possibly want to get rid of one of the block signals so you can grab the path sooner. We're learning. I don't know if what we're learning is correct, but we're learning. Yeah, if you haven't read the March Madness stuff, there's 11 of them now. And like I said, I did put a video out on the Please Kit YouTube channel going through the first 7. Still haven't decided if I'm going to do another one of those for the second 7. Or I'll probably make up my mind, honestly. I'm still trying to upload the Otherworld News episode, and it still won't let me. I probably could do the VPN trick again, but I really don't want to. How do I handle the days off? Just make one up for words like this. So far there's been 2 methods I've used. One is just doing random rolls on a roll table that's got the dictionary in it to give me 3 words. Or, well, technically 3 options. One of them was a fever dream, and I just wrote that. And the other one is if I just kind of happen to have, also pudding, a story idea that day, I just kind of write that. So yes, I think today's, because obviously I didn't stream yesterday in the end, so today's is one where I had a story idea. I'm back. We may end up going that way as well and kind of circling back around so we can, in fact, we most definitely will do that. But we'll do this first. Badoop. I just went badoop. And why did you go badoop? A lot of badoops. All right, so yeah, I don't know why they're playing because streamer mode should be on, but apparently it's a day where things just do what the fuck they want. It's fine. All right, let's switch. I don't know why I came back. Just switch the jetpack. We didn't need to do that. Grab some more fuel. No, streamer mode shouldn't put you as offline. No. All right, so we need to find end game. It's kind of following this is going to be fairly easy. Okay, there. All right, what line is this? Okay, no, we need to keep on going. The roundabout is actually down there. I think we're going to have to put in a new one up here. So we're coming in. Can I see it? We're coming in there. So we kind of want to come down here. And we're going to end up, so I think we're probably going to end up putting a roundabout here, which could work. Future train line round there. I am putting in way too many roundabouts though. That will eventually get us into trouble.
Organs and veins are grown, and bones are dug into our walls. The temple gift is being desecrated. Our notes are sour still. Harmony follows many star journeys.
Patterns are starting to emerge in vocabulary, sentence structure, topics. How fascinating to once again solve a true mystery, to be unable to create any accurate predictions.
Will a train... Yep. Yep, a train will. Okay, so I think we want to go... loop around the coal node. We may have to do these from further back. I don't know if we're going to make this. Okay, I should have left some of that on. This is what World of Warcraft needs to add next, some kind of factory building game to go along with the housing. The angle's not quite right, is it? Okay, we're still not. How the... Okay, you just went out sideways. Okay, fair enough. All right, let's see how bad this looks. There's a little bit of track clippage. I'm not going to lie. God damn you. Oh, hang on. I took you to the wrong side. Now, that's probably not how we're going to end up doing this, although maybe it is. Let's try not to break this entire network. I'm not British Rail. Not exactly a roundabout, is it? Definitely got something wrong there. Okay, what the hell is going on here? All right, so then let's get rid of you and you and also you. Are you a rock I can explode? All right, and then the last final bit that's going to go wrong is the joining these up. Yeah, you're not going to like that. I may have brought these up one too close. Let's... Okay. So we are now connected into this line. I think we do need to do a little flyover here to put a load of block signals in. Now, I think if we're going to take this train, we're going to head over to Boris and then just try and come back. I think it will just turn around and go that way. I don't think it will come this way. We'll see what the train decides. All right, I want you to go to Boris. Oh no, it looks like this is the quicker way. I have tried Captain of Industry, but I haven't tried it for a while. I know they've done I tried it very... Actually, did I try it again? After they did a few updates? I think I did, actually. I think I did. It's not bad. It's a fun game. From what I remember, oh, I forgot about that. What I remember, it wasn't very good at teaching you about itself in the real beginning, but then it gets better as the game goes on. I think you start to understand its language a little bit more. So I guess technically if this is the quickest route, I don't know. I've got all the roundabouts to come. I actually don't know what it's going to try and do when we come away from Boris. If it's going to try and turn around and come back this way, if it's going to take the other route out. I meant to go and see if I could find out what they're putting into patch 1.2. Yeah, I didn't get a lot done what I wanted to do yesterday. For legitimate reasons, I feel. LP, if you're still around, if I feel ready for it on Sunday, do you want to try a round of sports ball and then probably Overwatch afterwards? Wait, we didn't go to Boris. Why did we just drive past Boris? Did we go through Boris? No, it's still saying next station Boris. Where the fuck are you taking me? That's Boris right there. Ah, because the only way into Boris is from this side of the... Wait, is that really how I've still got this set up? Okay. That's interesting. I'm not going to worry too much about it. Boris is a station that's living on borrowed time, but... Yeah, it doesn't look like I ever just put a thing in for the other side. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Alright, so now when we leave, it definitely has to send us down that way to start. I wonder if it will turn us around on the roundabout and send us back. You would imagine if it's quickest to come that way, it's also quickest to go back that way, but I don't know. If I could set paths, I would set it so it just goes around in a circle, but... Okay, no, it is actually going to go around in the circle. Okay, that is interesting. This junction does still block up every now and again, but I don't think there's a lot more I can do to it to try and make it more efficient. I'm sure I could make it worse. But yes, I don't know about more efficient. Alright, we'll stay on it. I need to remember to turn off self-driving as we get close to swamp area mainline in. Because I don't want it to go flying off on its own. Be back for you, train. Hopefully nothing will crash into you while we're doing this. Alright, that should help clear that out a little bit. Some of those Discord notifications were just LP making Discord notifications go off. Lot of training around, doobity-doo. Yes, hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone is having a good Thursday so far. We're getting towards the end of the week. Our weather is meant to turn to complete and utter trash. We're getting an Arctic blast, which will be lovely. Everybody loves sudden temperature drops and the promise of even more rain. Alright, and now we need to actually find out where the resources are. Because like I said, this is a fairly flat area, so I think we can probably build a lower loop just to collect the internal stuff and bring it out this side. Oh, I say that. Yeah, it looks like we should have a little bit of room to build factory either side of this. No, I pressed the wrong button. Ah, shit. It's going to go through that station too quickly. It's going to get away from me. Catch the train. Catch the train. Shit. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get ahead of it. Don't press the wrong button this time. There we go. Everything is fine. Everything's going according to plan. All right, now that we're not so worried about concrete, let's... build this station out a little bit proper, like. Okay. We may actually want to come out a little bit longer again, just to leave a little bit of a parking lot in case this ever gets too busy. I think we can probably break that up to fit two. I'm not sure actually now that I've done that. So that means we can have one in the station and two backed up without impacting on the main line for things going through. Okay, the radar tower is over there. We have to remember we got no power going through any of this shit at the moment down here. Oh, excuse me. Got the hic burps. Alright, so then we're going to want to do... Oh, hang on. I can do this a slightly different way, can I? If I've got the resources. All right. First experiment to see how far out we can go here until we start taking damage. Okay, that should be more than enough. That's why my keyboard wasn't working. Windows just hadn't caught on to the fact that it had crashed yet. Yeah, okay, that gives us plenty of room to work with. That side, good, 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 good. Transport? It's like you want to start on the floor. And we don't have enough silicate to finish it. God bless America. So our computers aren't filling up anymore. That is not a good sign. Neither is our... Okay, our steel beam is. Okay, good. I was going to say our steel beam bloody well should be. Okay, that's kind of annoying. Alright, we can't stop it anyway, so let's go back and finish it anyways. Let's go back to our original plan. Alright, then everything we want to grab is... Oh, right, this radar isn't on. Okay, let's get that working again. I just saw your radar. Where are you? There you are. Alright, that's better. Oh, everything we want to grab is actually quite near the station, which I think was the plan. Yes, hello, Poison. My old friend. Alright, so I think, realistically, I'm going to want the internal train line to come at about that kind of level. Well, aren't you annoying? That does not impress me much. Alright, so we want to head out here. That don't impress me much. Do, 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 do. No. Have I got enough to build a stop? Okay, I really can't just delete a little bit of this. Okay, there's got to be a better system than that. Yeah, but now I don't know where I want it to end up there. Oh God, and you have to make sure that the floor isn't there before you build it. Yeah, there's got to be a better system than this. Come on. All right, so I'm going to have to counter that. We get rid of that. It is really too far away, but no box.
Thank you for participating in the Fixed Elevation program. I am Elevata, which is like Ada, but less advanced. We are not currently taking any feedback.
If I had my little back on, or we would have fallen to our doom. All right, and then we can bring power from this. Okay, we want to end here. Looks like we're already on a nude. Nude? My badum is nude. What are you actually called? There we go. They're not called do. All right, what do we got? Impure. All right, so you're 30. You're 30. I think we can reduce this. All right, so 75. That's 150. God, are you all impure? Okay, that's not a lot of oil. So that'll be 300, so we can get all this with one pipe network. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Get out of the way before you get stuck and or killed. Oh wait, there was one over there. Okay, maybe I don't bring this one in. No, this works. Then do. How big are you? That's a personal question, mister. All right. Not a lot of oil coming out of that, but hopefully it is enough. What are you? You're the Caterium node? No, you're the limestone node. We do need that as well. We're probably going to need some more personal miners. Yeah. That was the wrong one. It's not the size of the pipe, but how it's used. Alright, the Caterium is... It's probably going to be above us. Nope, it was right there. God damn it. I am so smart. Alright, so this is the Caterium and the iron is kind of okay, yeah. Alright, so we'll do... Alright, and then Mr. Iron Ore is somewhere in this murkiness. It's a good job I'm pinging these things because I'm honestly not sure I would have found them otherwise. Too much murk. Alright, and you are also pure? Nice. Do 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 do. All right, and then there isn't any copper nearby. I honestly thought there was. Ah, looks like it's out there. And also one out there. Do, 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 do. If I were to grab the hard drive from you, gonna guess yes. Actually, a little bit surprised that didn't hurt us. Oh no, is LP thinking about going back to World of Warcraft? No. You've yet to start the hounding other than collecting the stars, but the new expansion is nice. There. There's a free trial for the Paladin in D4. That probably means they're getting close to nerfing the Paladin. Of course they redid Silver Moon. It's Burning Crusade 2, Electric Boogaloo. I'm sure they'll probably do the Exodar in some kind of patch later on. Is that what the Draenei place is called? I think it is. I don't think we juice this machine. We need to do that. The Paladin was kind of fun. A little bit confusing, I would say, but honestly, I think that's what D4 is going for, because it conflates confusion with like deep learning and mechanics. You also beat play with this time. You get to drag through content and farm mounts and shit. Nice. I've come for my summer sleep. Oh dear. You got a full guild stack and the healer is competent? Nice.
When you compose,
I was not built to use organic components for communication. I am adjusting.
the effigies make a flow. You are not the current.
I am not sure what you mean. I do run on a current. I am a digital construct.
Stop flirting, you two. When you're tanking DPS, you pull big or sneaky. Oops, you pulled a pack. Yeah, I think the only way I'd get back into WoW is if like a group was going to do it. I don't think I've got the time or the patience to play it by myself or just farming groups anymore. What's the easiest power pole to connect you to? Can you really not? The base sign. Okay, they probably should have left a spot for you to be able to put one on these, honestly. Playing with new people to the game so you couldn't be a bastard and do dumb shit like that and get away with it. Alright, so this is up in ore. Excuse me. Dying. This is copper ore. And then I really wish I could stick it on this thing. I don't want to get in the way of the pipes. So I guess We'll put it this. Are you even the face in the right direction? You are. Only fans taking on the ping. Well, I'm offended. You're both offended. All right. So we got that. We know that's going to lead up to train. So any kind of initial production has to start at this kind of level. Which means I will be playing it next week. No. Even if I had the money to put into the expansion and a sub, which is what, probably the better part of 100 quid, right? I would put that money somewhere else right now. Food first, probably, if I'm honest. And then transport. You miss all your stuff from the US servers considering you play on EU. Oh dear. Yeah, it is strange they still keep that that in place. Do you still have to buy 2 copies of everything if you want to play on both, or did they finally get rid of that? Because at one point God, I actually did have copies of World of Warcraft on EU and US servers at one point. You wouldn't have picked it up if you hadn't been promised a group to play with. Yeah, I mean, like, I think that's the same. But yeah, even then, you do have to buy 2 copies still? Wow. That is insane. I mean, at least now you only have to buy I'm not excusing this at all, but you only have to buy the expansion, whereas before, when I was doing it, because it would have been around about Wrath of the Lich King, you had to buy on both servers Classic, Burning Crusade, and Wrath. Because it's... No, that excuse doesn't work even when you're talking about Blizzard, because they never did it for Overwatch when you had to pay for it. They never did it for StarCraft. Do you even choose server region on StarCraft? I honestly don't know about that one. And you've never had to do it for Diablo 3 or 4. So... that excuse don't hold water. Anymore. You get to skip whatever expansions you... Well, and if you buy the... I think if you buy Midnight, your account includes all of them now. All of the past expansions as well. I think it definitely does to a certain part of the game. Like, you don't just get... Classic and the new expansion. Like, it's in that regard, that is a big improvement on the expansion system, but I didn't realize you still had to buy 2 copies for the different regions. So that is insane. I think you should get access to all of the classics. I don't think they're making you pay for like Burning Crusade Classic or Lich King Classic servers. I think you should be able to play on any of them that you want. I know, I think they also did like an anniversary Burning Crusade thing. I don't know about that one. But yeah, if I had the kind of money to put towards, well, yeah, I think I'd spend it on food and then art supplies to try and do these stupid streams of me trying to paint my mods when I have no idea what they look like. Because you know, one, I've got no artistic skill whatsoever, and two, yeah, purely based on my imagination. Hopefully no one will be offended. All right, so we now need to start to think about okay, clearly I do not remember what you're called again. I'm pretty sure you are frameworks. Okay, you're just frames. So why don't you come up when I look for frame? Very strange. This must be based on Windows 11 start bar search. All right, so a fused frame, I need... Okay, nitrogen gas. Honestly, it would be good to go all the way back and get the nitrogen gas coming into somewhere that it needs. That'd be nice. Aluminum casings. Honestly, I think we have bauxite or bauxite in this area as well. So we'll probably set up that as well. Because I don't think there's any reason not to. And then we need the modular frames. We got oil, so we got access to rubber. We got iron, we got copper, so we can do steel. For screws, and then obviously for the encased industrial beams, and we got limestone. Oh, do I not have an easier modular frame recipe? Okay. Screws we can make from steel. Rods we can make from aluminium if I don't want to use the iron for that. So what kind of recipes do I have for these? No good ones. Okay. Let's head... Okay. Before we head out... It's probably going into the first one. I hope. We can get rid of all of this. Wait, did I only put 3 cars on you rather than 4? Ah, you dumb cop. slightly optimistic with that one. Don't think you'll work there, will you? Okay, you will. I don't know how helpful you're going to be as a signal as opposed to a block, but that's something we'll find out. All right, now that we've fixed that a little bit, we can get rid of these again. And we want to head to... God, where is that train parked? And can we even get there anymore? It is... No, it's somewhere... No, it is somewhere out here. Where I can't see the name of the stations. It's not Aluminium Town. I think this is the closest we're going to be able to get. I think. That is one empty coffee cup, Lou. All right, well, we're going this way. That makes sense. That makes sense. It's Friday tomorrow, chat. It will either be more of this, or I might do some more power washing, because we haven't done that for a while. Simulated, of course, not real power washing. That would be useful. Actually, not really, because the weather's meant to be shite. Again, LP, if you're still around, I think it's just us on Sunday, if you're still available on Sunday. No, Rydog's got other plans, and then he's off to the mountain afterwards, after that, so... he'll be gone for about a month, I think. And a month for Sundays. You just have to put up with just me. Or you can just say you're busy. I mean... dear. Hey, I enjoy playing with you. Hashtag OnlyFans. Well, I was wondering, if I can get everything ready in time, do you want to try a little bit of sports ball for the first bit, and then we can switch to something else afterwards? I'm actually not going to stop you until you get somewhere proper. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think there's probably going to be a lot of feedback, and I don't know if there's enough value in it at the moment to do like a full 4 hours of it. I mean, there might be, right? But yeah, then if not, we can switch to I don't know, do you fancy a little bit of Overwatch if we got some time afterwards? Also, I may not be like have everything ready to do it, so we should have a plan B anyway. Hey, cheers for the lurk, LP. Okay, you're in the first two, so we do need to change this station down a little bit. All right, I need you to... Nitrogen gas out is correct, but then you need to come to mainline in. I don't know if you can still get out of here. Okay, it's looking good so far. That train's been sitting there for, I think, for about 2 weeks. Alright, we're going to need to put some more blocks on this line. Although this train isn't going to come back along here, and I think we've only got one train coming backwards and forwards up here at the moment, so I'm not too worried about it. And again, a lot of this early stuff, like this whole factory, all of those train stations, the other side of that big rock, and indeed where the main lines are going to go, are going to change. If we get around to it, I just really wanted to get some stuff made. We've done a lot of trains, not a lot of progress. I don't know if we're actually going to be able to build any of the actual cube factory today, but I think we've got a good groundwork going. Part of me was expecting you to go the other way. I'm not going to lie, this does not, to me, this does not seem to be the quickest route. But that's okay. Right, so who has claimed the path before you then that's made you stop? Okay, it's that guy. That guy might also jump ahead of us. I don't know. Oh no, it's letting us go next. Nice. And away we go again. Yeah, I do wonder if I should be putting the signals further away from where they actually need to go, or make sure that there's not a block too close to them. But then on that one, I wonder if I could make you I don't think so. Not the one we just stopped at, but the one before. I think we needed to I've actually forgotten what happened. I had a fort, but then another fort moved in its place and chucked out the other fort and all of its belongings, and we no longer talk about that first fort. It knows what it did. Yeah, because I think if we got rid of the block in the middle there, this line would actually run a lot quicker. God, some of these train journeys really are getting quite long now. Luckily, this isn't this normal train journey. We're actually going to... We'll stay on this. I actually don't know if I set the the fluid platform I put in over here to be unload. We need to put in a second one. Come on, train, you can do it. Need to get that summer sloop at some point. I'll be back, Mr. Train. Do 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 do. All right, this train should already be full of gas, so it should drop some off, and then it should get to that roundabout, turn itself. No, it's going to go straight forward up there on that roundabout to Crater, and then hopefully it will come back on a fairly short loop. A relatively short loop. This is where if we'd connected the train station lines down there, it would have been a lot quicker for this particular train, but I think we made the right decision bringing most of it out of that loop. And I don't know how well it would handle if we did both. Because this should hang a left. Alright, so far so good. And head down right to the edge of Crater. Okay, looks like we then just do a great big circle and then we'll... Jesus Christ, that's some speed. Interesting, if we do need to top up on the copper, we can possibly grab it from here and just bring it into the station. I know there was also copper in that biome as well, but... Alright, pick up some gas. Fairly large loop here, and it looks like I did put in a roundabout for some reason. I obviously had bigger plans at some point. Oh, this is actually a main extension. Wonder what I was thinking I was going to do with that. That was a long time ago. Would be a lot quicker for this train if we did join it through Annex. We might look at that. Now, I don't think I've put a roundabout in the other side yet, have I? How far are you going to have to go before you can loop back in there? I hadn't thought of that until right now. There does need to be a roundabout the other end of this line, so we'll build that. But yeah, how far am I sending you? Are you going to have to go all the way to the roundabout at the other side of Red Desert? Is that the last place I put a roundabout? I think we got rid of the rough one we put here because I decided I didn't need it. Yeah, I think we are going to go all the way to the other side of this biome, turn around and come back. Well, we definitely need to fix that. This does look like a train system designed by British Rail. Here you want to go from Manchester to Edinburgh. Okay, but you are going to have to go via Southampton. There's a comment for all you Great Britain geography nerds. Alright, once we get to where we need to put the new roundabout, we'll hop off this train and quickly build it. And then I might look at putting in a second line down through Annex as well. I think we'll probably play more of this tomorrow. I kind of want to crack on with the Cube Factory, what I still vaguely remember what my plan was. I think I might also off stream put all the hard drives that I've got through the MAM. See what recipes we'll have access to. Get ready to jump off the train. Don't fall off the side though. again, it's not a great circle, but in fact, it's a terrible circle. What the hell are we doing wrong here? And it's almost there. Can we tidy this up a little bit? Did I do those the right way? Did. I just did you the wrong. No, that's right. All right, so that should make the return trip a little bit quicker. Hopefully we'll see it come down at some point soon. Do you know, that being broken for a while, depending on the timing, it may be going on a... Oh, no, it's there. I was worried it may have been going on a really long trip. Oh, no, because I'd broken that side as well, so... That's fine. Yeah, I don't think I am gonna. Because I think. Well, no, I don't think that's often my problem. Oh, I was really hoping we would have made it over. Okay, I can blast my way through this. Yeah, I'm going to leave well enough alone. Alright, so that is working. And I've got nitrogen gas here, so then the only other thing we need to bring in, although I don't really know where I want to put it, I guess we can bring it in with all of these as well, is... There's also some more limestone we could possibly bring in. Let's go have a look at it while I'm on the map. Remove, because I've got way too many markers up at the moment. Alright, we got normal. Got pure. We'll take the pure for now. No, I'm not going to train that. Where's that bridge I just built? There it is. Oh, right. I didn't end up bringing electric along this thing, which was my original plan. So this will get awkward at one point. There it is. I'm getting my boot seeds all wet. Just misses it. Planned, obviously. Always thinking 5 steps ahead. Not too sure where this line is in comparison to those. Alright, just before the... Out there, I think? No, it's a lot more forward than that. That's not facing in the right direction. Same direction as that one. More like that. It's more like it. Okay. It's not hugely important that they happen to line up. Alright. We then hope we can fit you in. And of course that's not long enough. Alright, we hope that doesn't clip. Does not. All right, we got that coming in as well. Alright, so you need the sheets, which come from the ingots. I don't need to bring silica in anymore. I know it's not. We can just do straight to the sheets, which makes it a lot easier. So that's what we'll do. Alright, well, we're going to do one last train ride back to main base. Got a lot of groundwork done, so hopefully tomorrow we can at least get some of the way towards the fusion cubes. I knew it was going to take me longer than a day to do it. All right, let's head to Skivody. Yeah, so I think tomorrow will be more of this again. Make some progress on. We probably don't need this set of blocks right here. On the old cube factory. Stormtrooper. Do you know what? We should have gone the other way and seen if there were any of those things. I can't remember what they're called to put in the space lift. The first part of the phase 4 stuff. We're going to run out of the other material for those eventually. So it's just going to be making supercomputers. But I'm kind of hoping we may have had enough for phase 4. We do need to, at some point, start taking down some of the old factories and rerouting material. Also, probably do have to stop worrying about power a little bit as well. I wonder if on this one I allow trains to go from this side up to Scavoli, or if we're going to have to go all the way around again. Looks like it might go that way. Yeah. What does OF out do these days? Why we're down here? You're moving something somewhere. Like, I know I built you for a reason, but I honestly can't remember. Oh, you're moving the eyeballs to the factory I was just talking about. Well, in that case. And you're still moving something, so... Yeah, I mean, this junction is working better than it used to. It still needs a little bit more work. I don't know what else I can do to it. What we're not going to be able to do, I don't think, is get up to the top to collect the things and then down in time to catch. We might be able to, because it has to go to a roundabout. We might be able to catch it on its way back. A good portion of today's stream has just been spent riding on trains. I think that should be more than enough. Ah, good. You got delayed by another train being here. That works for me. Okay, it's apparently moving one item a minute. Please don't tell me you've only got one in here. 14? Now, this is a worthwhile train. Do 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 do. Boop. All right, now we'll head back. We'll put these in. The old space elevator. Do 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 do. More trains. Right, we don't need to delete this train, so we can kind of jump off it already. Make our way up top. Space elevator. We've done one part of phase 4. We're doing it. We're doing it. Are we making any of the other bits for phase 4 already? No. You're not as worth as much as I was hoping you would be. All right, anyway. That is going to do it for the day, chat. I hope you enjoyed. Like I say, it will be more of this tomorrow. Unless something goes drastically wrong, which surely it can't. Surely I've had my bad day this week, this month, this year. Let's hope. Fingers crossed. Thank you for joining. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all when I see you all. Bye for now.